Leg 10 of the Volvo Ocean Race ended in spectacular fashion, setting up a winner-takes-all final leg starting on June 21st. Following the finish into Gothenburg, the top 3 teams will start the final leg to The Hague in a dead heat, with the overall Volvo Ocean Race title on the line. After 45,000 miles of ocean racing, it will all come down to the final 700-mile sprint. This epic finish was set up after the Volvo Ocean Race returned to the United Kingdom for the first time in over a decade. The Welsh city of Cardiff had opened its doors to receive the fleet after their transatlantic sprint from Newport, Rhode Island. Dongfeng Race Team sat in pole position after posting the most consistent performance in the race so far, finishing on the podium in 7 of the 9 legs. Skipper Charles Caudrelier's team has yet to win a leg, but they've shown that consistency is the key.
Yeah, it's the best position. I think everybody would like to be in our position. Of course, pressure is there. It's only 1 point, maybe 2 if we can manage to keep the elapsed time. The good thing with Brunel coming back in the party is maybe Mapfre and us are going to stop to focus too much on each other and do our own game. And we have pressure, but we are the guy in a good position, and we are going to try to keep it.
The early race favourites, Mapfre, led by Xabi Fernandez, started leg 10 only 1 point behind their red boat rivals, and were looking to secure Spain's first win in the Volvo Ocean Race. And after a slow start to the race, Bauer Becking and Team Brunel had surged up the rankings, taking crucial double-point wins in leg 7 and 9 to begin the penultimate leg, only 3 points behind Dongfeng Race Team. In his 8th attempt to win the Volvo Ocean Race, Becking is on the cusp of completing a great comeback. He's putting himself in position to realize a 30-year dream.
I've been way closer in the past, so in that sense it's not much difference. But yeah, of course it's a good feeling. I think Mapfre had 2 legs where they haven't actually done so well, even that they won the leg into Newport. Of course they had an excellent finish over there, but I think they will probably scratch their head a little bit. They're not as fast anymore as in the beginning of the race. I think at the beginning of the race, together with Dongfeng, they were the fastest of all. I think Dongfeng has been always fast. When they have a bad one, they really take it on the chin and then they take it deep. At least it looks on the videos like that. So I think in that sense, they're putting the pressure way more on themselves, and they're probably thinking, why is this yellow boat going so well? They're there when they need to be there. So in that sense, it's comfortable, of course, for us to be in the position where we are.
Sunday saw the crowds gather in their thousands to bid the fleet farewell for the start of leg 10. A 1,300-mile sprint around the British Isles before crossing the North Sea past the southern tip of Norway and east to Gothenburg, Sweden. Light and fickle conditions with a building ebb tide had the teams on edge at the start, and Sun Hung Kai's Scallywag were penalized early after getting too close to turn the tide on plastic on the start line.
Hold it. Around the winch, brother.
Mapfre and Team Brunel started well, edging ahead of the fleet slightly as the boats tacked their way up and out of the Bristol Channel, hugging the shoreline all the way. Dongfeng Race Team used the channel to their advantage, getting a push from the tide and finding their own breeze. 2 hours after the start, they had overtaken the entire fleet and were leading out into the Celtic Sea.
It's a nice spot to be in. It's better than where we were after the start. We didn't have a very good start. A couple of hours after the start we had a good run, and then we ended up in a bit more tide, so we sort of ended up passing the fleet, which was nice, and sort of all the way across the Irish Sea we've stayed ahead of everyone, which is good.
Things only got worse for the Scallywags. Missing the new breeze to the southwest and with a strong incoming tide and no wind, they were forced to deploy their anchor to hold position while they waited for the tide to turn.
Bleep, bleep. I think you would say we've had one. We're going backwards. We're building the anchor. And I believe the rest of the fleet are probably still going forwards at 10 knots, so it's not exactly how you want to start a leg off.
24 hours into the leg, the fleet had rounded one of the most iconic sailing landmarks in the world, the Fastnet Rock off the southern tip of Ireland.
Kind of good.
Yeah, but what country is that?
Ireland.
Ireland! Oh!
The crews battled testing-like conditions as they dug in close to the coast, each tack revealing a new leader. But soon, it was a race to get offshore and to the west in pursuit of stronger winds. And it was here the famous 100-foot foiling trimaran Gitana buzzed the fleet with an impressive flyby.
Yeah, well, we just got a flyby from a few former team members, which was pretty cool, and the big Gitana, which is just ahead of us now, going a little bit faster than we can go.
With just under 1,000 miles to the finish, the leaders set up to cross a ridge of high pressure with very light wind. Mapfre and Team Aksonobo were in control in the north, with Dongfeng Race Team Turn the Tide on Plastic, Vestas 11th Hour Racing and Team Brunel positioned to the south. The big question was, who would get the new breeze first?
Not all bad. We have still the other 5 boats in sight. Sadly, Scallywag is zooming up behind us, but they're still behind us. We have this light airs as we cross this ridge for another few hours, and then this evening it's going to be a whole new world.
This is it.
No, this is it. This jive will be critical.
As the leaders transitioned into the new wind, Mapfre grabbed a slender advantage ahead of the overall race leaders Dongfeng Race Team. And as the fleet passed the Outer Hebrides of the northwest of Scotland, the winds increased to 30 knots, giving the sailors some exciting downwind sailing.
Acabamos de pasar la punta norte de Escocia, entonces ahora ya apuntamos hacia Noruega. Y bueno, han sido unas horas un poco intensas, hemos tenido bastantes cambios de velas, muchos cambios de intensidad y mucha corriente. Y bueno, la verdad que hemos conseguido mantenernos más o menos con un poco de distancia con respecto a Brunel y a Dongfeng.
With night falling and 35 knots blowing on deck on Wednesday evening, Becking's team sat in third place. But by the early hours of Thursday evening, Team Brunel had passed a struggling Dongfeng Race Team, who had fallen off the pace, sliding all the way back to 5th place. As day broke, the leaders Mapfre soon had company at the front of the fleet. Hour by hour, Team Brunel reeled in the Spanish team before making a dramatic pass.
Well, it's certainly a battle. Brunel's 1 mile in front of us with just less, maybe 0.8. Quite a bit faster than the whole fleet in the last 12 hours in the 2-sail reaching stuff. We're just giving everything we got right now to try and pass these guys. If we don't, then it's going to be a tie, between us and them. If we finish like this, then it's going to be a heck of a last leg. So now we're going to push on and try and win this one.
In the final stages of the leg, Team Aksonobo fought hard to hold on to third position, as a charging Dongfeng Race Team had found their speed again and were looking to take a crucial podium spot and steal back a point. Mapfre and Team Brunel continued to fight all the way to the finish, neither team giving an inch. At the line, Team Brunel had held back Mapfre to take an impressive come-from-behind victory in leg 10. Mapfre was in second, which in turn has put the two teams on equal points going into the final leg of the race.
Yeah, it's been a very close race, I think, with all the boats. I think at one stage, nearly everybody has been leading, but there's been a real good fight with Mapfre. I think the last 24 hours, and we managed to stay ahead of them, and that's all about the yard racing. You just have to beat the competition.
Yeah, it's a very good leg, I guess, for us. We are very happy. It's just a little bit painful how we lost it, because after the top of Scotland, we stretched a little bit. We were looking okay, and last night these guys came a bit quicker than us, so we tried to hold them as much as possible, but they managed to pass, and then they left us, 1 mile behind, and then that was it. So.
Becking's Dutch rivals Simeon Tienpont and Team Aksonobo took the final podium position, while Dongfeng Race Team finished 4th. Importantly, once a bonus point for best elapsed time is awarded, Quadrelier will be level with Mapfre and Team Brunel to start the final leg.
We sail well, but not enough to win a leg. So maybe we don't take enough risk. Also, I don't know. But we need to take on the next one, because I think on the next one we have no choice. We have to be ahead of the two both Brunel and Mapfre.
After making a hard push for 4th place, Turn the Tide on Plastic would settle for a well-earned 5th, while Vestas 11th Hour Racing came across the line in 6th place, with Sun Hung Kai Scallywag 7th. The Swedish stopover is a short one, but very important to the race. Gothenburg is the proud home of Volvo, and the city is hosting the race for the 4th time. Race-hungry Swedish fans will be treated to a spectacle on Sunday with the Gothenburg Import Race. But all eyes will be on the top 3 boats next week, as the race for overall victory in the Volvo Ocean Race comes down to the final leg. The leaderboard has never been closer, and the pressure has never been higher. Leg 11 from Gothenburg to The Hague features a flyby past Aarhus, Denmark, starting at 1400 on the 21st of June.